Hello, family. How are you doing today? This is Mr. Ezel here in Jackson, Alabama. Just thought I'd take some time to um, share a moment and see if I have a word to share with you today. But mostly just a thankful moment to be able to spend some quiet time here in uh, my private place in the back of my theater where I come out and I relax sometime and do a little reading and just do maybe work on some things here at the theater in my shop where we build props and things like that for the theater and whatever we need. And so this is sort of the place where I come to relax at the end of the day, and just thought a lot of times I listen to other YouTubers, people who are living their life, doing their thing. Oh, kind of got some mosquitoes out here. Got to spray my arm. But anyway, I kind of listen to them and get encouragement from just seeing what other people who are doing, who are contributing in this way on social media. But I guess what I would like to say is just extend to other people the importance of having that time to take to yourself, spend to yourself. I was trying to share a scripture with a student today. It wasn't really a scripture, but it was a saying that I believe, was taken from the walls of the temples in the pyramids, which you all know that I'm doing a lot of study now in spiritual studies, or this African spiritual system. And I think it went something like that we should learn to know thyself. We should know thyself. And okay, I guess I had to start over a little bit again. Mosquito bit the heck out of me. He was filling up there too. I put some of that off on some of that spray, but it doesn't seem to be working that well. But anyway, what was that saying? That was a saying, or the writing on the walls of the temples that said, know thyself, and the kingdom of heaven is within yourself. It's within you. And so that we should seek to know ourselves, to know thyself. And in that search of knowledge, of finding out who you are, you shall find the kingdom of heaven. And so it's very simply quoted, but I mess it up every time. Every time I try to, but I have interpreted the meaning of it, and therefore I guess it just always come out all different kinds of ways, and you would think that someone who has to remember lines all the time would get this, but every time I get it, then I walk away from it and I forget it. I forget the actual wordage, but I do know that spending time with yourself and knowing yourself, whether it has to do with your health, whether it has to do with your talents, your emotions, your aptitudes, your what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you uncomfortable, and those things that even one person can eat and another person can't eat that, and you learn those things about yourself. So in knowing yourself and knowing these things, you're able to live a more peaceful life and a more satisfied life. So I have come to find out that, I like spending time to myself. And sometimes I do it even at school, and I notice that even sometimes I'll pull away, and it may appear to be somewhat, what's the term? When you isolate yourself, or that personality that is an introvert maybe, and it might appear to others as being with some type of negative connotation, but really it's just me getting to be satisfied and to enjoy being with Anthony and experiencing and talking to, what can I say, talking to God, or getting to know the spirit that is within me and the spirit that God has put in me. And the more I spend time with myself, I think the happier I get, the more at peace I become in this world and in circumstances. And when things begin to feel like it's overwhelming, you know, this peaceful time that you spend with yourself, makes you stronger so that you can handle more things. I think that in the past I've had so much coming at me from all different directions, whether it was at work, whether it was at home, whether it was at my place of business, whether it was teaching, with students that have difficulties or problems and what have you. And you're giving, 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 giving. You're giving, 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 but you don't have time to take to yourself, to get refilled yourself. And that's very important. And when you don't have a place of peace, it kind of spills over into the rest of your life, into the rest of your relationships. And that's one thing that I've learned within the last 3 years, is that it's important that you take time to meditate. Take time to get to know you. Take time to be at peace. Take time to experience God's presence, to experience even the peace that He brings within us. You got to take time. You got to have that time to get away. And I tell you, I've never experienced these things because, life has been such a road of drama, as much as when I left my home. Because I left my home, which was, even I went to college while I was at home. So I left my home and went straight into a marriage. Okay, and even though I came from a good family, I did not get a chance to know myself enough to be able to handle some of the things that I took on, which was a lot. Let's just put it that way, a lot. And if you're not used to having a lot of drama in your life, then if you didn't come up in a life of drama, then you've never had the experience to go into or to put yourself in situations where there is a lot of drama. You're getting ready to grow. You're getting ready to grow. And either you will learn to swim or you can be broken. And thank God I was able to go through and get to this point in my life to where I can pull back and find out and revisit Anthony. Revisit Anthony and find out, because you can lose who you are. I know who my parents raised me to be. And that parents always are usually, or at least my parents did, want the best for me. And the best, and that's just the family that we came from, Ezels. And that's not only my family, that's, their brothers and sisters. I love the family of Ezels. We have been families that have tried to stay close together and to try to be the best that we could be and to be people of peace. And and we want the best for our next generation. So that was a major to me. So with that message of just finding your place to get away, to be quiet, and to meditate upon why were you put on this earth? Why are you here? What is your next move? To be able to listen and hear God and ask Him, what's your next move? What do you need to do next? And when He gives you the answer, it's His voice, because usually it's a quiet voice that you get. For me, it's always been a quiet voice. But if you have so much noise in your life going on from day to day to day, from when you rise up to when you're going down at night to sleep, you rise up the next day. And I'm a person that has sleep apnea, and I've had it for years and didn't know it. And when I found out, it was just so bad, but it explained to me why I became irritable, because there was no place of peace. And even when I rest to lay down to go to sleep, I wasn't resting. And so my mind was light. I couldn't hold on to information. I could not I made pretty good decisions, but I could have made even better decisions with rest and with a clear mind and with that spiritual time that you need to have. You need to have some time by yourself, and when you don't have that, life can be not as peaceful as you would like for it to be. Okay, so find you a place. Find you a place to where even these bags. I'm looking at I get bags under my eyes. I'm not a drinker or smoker and all of that stuff, but I stay up late sometimes. And I think over the years, you can kind of, we get your aging and stuff happening. But we need our rest and we need peace. And so that's why I'm enjoying life today, because I get a chance to have some private time and to have some peace and some joy. And you should try it. Well, family, I hope you've enjoyed this time with me, and I grant you peace.